Welcome back to the third and final segment of the Loveland Report and Loan Arranger Show. I'm Cleve Loveland, along with Bruce Woodburn, the Loan Arranger, giving you your real estate news, your mortgage news. Rates are plummeting according to the headlines. We're going through that.
I love
the
it.
Fed is cutting rates. What's that mean for you? How's our inventory doing? Prices are not falling, Bruce. In fact, I didn't go into those numbers there. Appreciation is flat right now, like 0.5%. Average prices
that's good because if appreciation's up, we won't see the rate reductions in mortgages.
Yeah.
We need inflation to be down and appreciation to be up.
I was mentioning at the top of the show, I want to talk about not giving away your equity. And all these radio ads and billboards about we'll buy your house for cash. Don't worry about
2 weeks, closing 2 weeks, no showings.
And you had a little story, a nightmare story scenario about that.
Oh, I'd love for you to hear the interview I had with that client.
They come in about 70% of what I can get for you. So I talked to one owner. I said, well, who said she didn't want to pack up all her stuff. And I said, you're going to move. You got to pack it anyway.
You got to pack it up sooner or later.
So let's get a couple pods. Let's do that. And literally I did the numbers for her.
And we can hire somebody to do it for her.
And this is over $500,000 home. We're talking 70, 80 grand after the dust settles on this, Bruce. More. So because these places just they don't want to.
If they're coming in at between 15 and 30% off what you could sell it for, that's up to $150,000 on a.
But
even if it's $25,000, it's hard to make $25,000.
Yep.
If you can save them 25 grand on a $500,000 house by selling it on the market, is that not
because
worth
they
it?
still charge what they call a marketing fee, call it commission, call it whatever you want.
It's just another
your
name.
Net to the bottom line. Knowing your numbers is really important. And I have this problem with some sellers I go talk to, and they've been listed for 4 months. And I said, here's what you're going to net if we sell about for this. And they're like, oh, I've never seen that before. Like, nobody did your numbers for you. Nobody did everything, went over the cost with you and talked about doc stamps and title. What's your mortgage balance, and do that math. And when you go buy
most realtors don't know how to do that.
And then call Bruce. Bruce is going to go over your financing side, and we'll figure out what's the best down payment. Tell him you've got X to put down on the next home. And maybe you don't want to put that down on the next home. Bruce is going to tell you to pay off that car because you only have 10 grand left. All these things come into play. And what's funny is when I give people a plan, they make so much more money, and it's not stressful.
Absolutely.
Going on the market is not stressful.
I was telling you before the last break that I had just closed a client that had gone to one of those companies, close in 2 weeks, no showings, none of this garbage, super easy. And then and John and Nancy said they saved and got more than ask price. Yeah, that was a recording from COVID.
Marketing.
Okay. That was a recording back in COVID days. That didn't happen last week. Okay. Show me the ones that closed last week. At any rate, this lady was so upset. And she said, Bruce, I vetted you like crazy. I'm like, Diane, I know you did. Mm-hmm. She was tough as nails, but I'm going to tell you something. She was so disappointed with that process. And she said she'd never do it again because it wasn't no showings. It wasn't closing 2 weeks. They try to renegotiate. They tell you there's no commissions, but there's all kinds of other hidden fees that they slide in on you. So I'm going to tell you, you know what, you guys, you get what you pay for. You want those type of discounts? You'll get a discount. All right. Yep. It'll be discounted in your bank account.
Because those companies want to just basically slap lipstick on it and put it back on the market and try and make 10% profit or 20% profit.
No, you know what they were doing? They get you to sign an assignable contract.
Oh, that's a new scam.
Okay. This is the big guy. This is one you're hearing all over the radio.
Wow, okay.
They get you to sign an assignable contract, and then they bring in other investors or wholesalers. And she said, first of all, I thought there was no showings. Second of all, I'm getting people coming through my house measuring, and she's asking them, why are you doing all this? Oh, well, you know, if we buy it, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. We need the measure. She goes, not only are you not looking at buying my home, now you're sending people through that are contractors that want to give a potential buyer an estimate on the repairs.
Think about this. How can somebody give you a value on your home when they haven't walked it?
Well,
and saw that you just bought $100,000 kitchen.
They go to Zillow when they go, this is what we'll do minus 20%.
No, it's an algorithm. Make no mistake. It's an algorithm, Bruce, but that algorithm doesn't know that you've got an $80,000 pool, not a $30,000 pool. It doesn't know that you've got $1 million view. It doesn't know that you put in real hardwood floors instead of luxury vinyl. It doesn't know that you've got a great floor plan or a bad floor plan, or that the place looks like there was just a frat party there the last night.
Right.
You know, so all these things come into play.
A crime scene.
Yeah, a crime scene.
Still chalk on the ground.
Outline on the ground. That was my favorite Candid Camera episode ever.
Cleve Loveland is the voice of real estate here in Orlando. If you'd like to reach Cleve, he can be reached right now at 407-352-8118. That's 407-352-8118 or cleveloveland.com. My name is Bruce Woodburn. I'm the loan arranger. I'm right here in your backyard. I am one of the top producing loan officers in the entire nation, and I'm right here to serve your needs. I'm accessible. You can get a direct appointment with me. We can do a Zoom. We can do a phone call. My team is here to cater to you. I put so many people on my team to help my clients that things go super smooth and super easy so that you can close fast and get a great rate and the best possible terms. If you're looking to buy, get your application made now. If you're looking to refinance, let's look at what you have now. Let's look at what rate you really need to have to make it worth your while. Don't get talked into it by some of these lenders or even the lender that's holding your mortgage. You know what? It's funny. You know my refi list that I created, Cleve, right?
Yep.
Well, one of them was a mutual client that you and I have, Linda. Okay.
Yep.
No last names.
Yep.
Do you remember that I had her on my refi watch list and she called and complained to you and said, Bruce won't refinance me right now?
Yeah.
And she went to another lender and refinanced it. And so now, guess who's calling me going, I wish I would have waited.
Yeah.
You told me to wait, but you weren't good. I'm like, I told you to wait because it was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But you wanted to go ahead and do it.
What's important about having somebody in your corner, your estate planner, your mortgage guy, your banker, I mean, your insurance guy. I've got this team around me and I wouldn't work with you if I didn't think you were giving people the best advice.
Of course.
I trust you on the right types of loans.
As I do.
And realtors, listen to me. I know if Bruce has a client and says they're good to X and I can close this loan or they're fast tracked, it is done.
It's going to happen.
Put that buyer in your car and go sell them something. Don't whine about it. Don't let them say, oh, I was on the web last night. If they say they're looking at Rocket's website or looking at the app on their phone, you slam the brakes and tell them to get out of the car because Bruce is the man and he will get it done for you. Don't worry about clickbait on the internet. So I know the loan is done when you've got it handled, and I trust you with that.
And clients, be careful when, Cleve refers me and many other real estate agent refer me on a regular basis. But I'm going to tell you something. There is no kickback that I give to a realtor a referral. No kickback. There's no money exchange. But do you know what a lot of these real estate teams do? These big teams, they get the loan officer to get the lead by paying for their Zillow leads or realtor.com leads.
Yeah.
So they got these. I had a team approach me down in Cape Coral. They're charging the lender to co-market through Zillow and realtor.com $22,000 a month. Now they're generating 500 leads a month. But here's the thing. You think that they're referring you to a lender that's out for your best interest? No. But they're referring you to a lender because the lender is paying their leads. No. Do I pay for your leads?
No. You don't have a NASCAR.
I don't pay for.
You don't have billboards. Leads. You don't have a NASCAR team.
And even if I did,
you don't have a football stadium named after you.
Leads because you know what? First of all, I'm encroaching on your privacy. Secondly, you should be able to easily find me on the internet, on the interweb, social media. I give out my cell numbers. I'm all over the radio. But you should easily be able to find me.
I want to jump into, you talked about rates. So we had a Fed rate cut.
Yep.
And we're supposed to get one in October.
So they say
there's October and December.
Chance that
we're got a good chance of a quarter percent. And then December, another 0.25%. Now we'll see if Trump keeps stepping on Powell. And Trump got one of his Fed governors he wanted in there. And hopefully that guy, I don't know how many Fed governors have to vote to overrule Mr. Powell.
Well, we're going to get this other guy in, at least on the board. Excuse me. But I'm going to tell you something. If I were the Fed, I wouldn't drop it a quarter in October 29th. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I would do. I'd let this ride out.
Mm-hmm.
See what we do. You don't get a reaction right away.
You don't, but I think they're late doing this. They should have done this 6 months ago.
They were late doing it, but now you should go a half and then wait till December and maybe do another half in December.
I think let it ride out. They're a point behind. I think they were slow to raise this.
All it's going to do is disrupt the market. I think it's going to be disruptive. Just do it and be done with it.
I think people need the help on their credit card payments, on their HELOCs. This is what it's going to roll into. And just business in general, business
you're going to get it. You're going to get a rate reduction, whether they do it in October or they wait till December.
So with these cuts, now last time we had a Fed cut, rates were down in the 5s.
Yeah.
and then the Fed cut.
So we've had a little bit of a knee-jerk reaction, but we expect that. But things are
because
settling
right now
down.
rates have been settling down when we know the Fed cut's probably priced in there, right? They know it's coming.
Oh, it's already priced.
It's already baked in.
It's already baked in.
So this is what's interesting to see. But it's nice to see. I just will watch the rates this coming week. I want to talk about it next week on the show on how we did on that. On how the rates did.
Let's find out how it played out from this week, because just Wednesday was the Fed cut. So let's see how that, there's always a bit of a shakedown the first 3 days, but this week should tell the truth on really what kind of benefits we've got from it. If you have questions for me, my name's Bruce Woodburn. I'm the loan arranger. I watch the market all day, every day.
Yep.
I mean, it is on my screen. It doesn't go off. I'm looking for opportunities for you.
Bruce,
So you can benefit. 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com.
All right.
What do you got?
I get my news from a bunch of real estate publications, Fox Business, a couple other financial sites, watching what's going on out there. And it's funny. Most news is recycled from a couple main sources.
Of course.
This is funny. You've got these mega $1 million Silicon Valley real estate companies, and then they've got their economists. I want to know how I get one of those jobs. I don't have a degree in economy.
Yeah.
But this guy says housing will return to normal when prices come down 2% and mortgage rates fall to 5.5% about 2027. Like talking about normal. I mean, I just don't know how
I think that's a ridiculous comment.
That is a ridiculous. And these guys aren't out there in the trenches
of all,
watching what's going on.
Real estate around here is pretty well at normal right now, wouldn't you?
And he's not taking into account everybody sitting in their home right now with a 3 or 4% mortgage or a 2% 15-year note.
Yes.
Those golden handcuffs we talk about. Imagine how much wealth they're going to have when rates do come into the fives and they're ready to do something.
Right.
And they're either going to rent that house. I'll help you do that if you need me to manage your property, or they sell that home and they've got great equity buildup. Doesn't matter that the rate's going to be 5 3/4 or 5.99,
5.5, 5 3/4,
and so
even 6%.
It just cracks me up that these companies, and they just do so much marketing, and they're so big because they were funded by Silicon Valley, that they've just got these people that just aren't in the trenches like you and I.
Do you think we're going to see houses come down in value?
Well, what's funny is I think there's more. The median price is still going up. If the median price was falling, that just means
maybe
smaller, less home
mega
is
$1 million houses.
No, he's talking about real estate in general.
Well, that's fix the market. I don't believe that narrative. I think that's a false narrative, and I wouldn't buy into that one bit.
Okay.
But we get fake news, right? And that's why you and I look at it. Could real estate drop more? I'm not seeing that happen.
I haven't seen any distressed properties.
The only ones I've seen is the builders drop their price.
But they've got so much padded in to pay $30,000 towards locking the rate in at 5%, or $20,000 towards closing costs, all those things that help move homes. They've got to move homes or they're out of business. What's smart is, the bubble was fueled by a lot of speculative lending, and the builders are building 50 homes and delivered them all of a sudden people couldn't close on them.
Right.
The builders are very smart on how much inventory they do. They know how to have
But it takes them long in order to catch up with today's demand. Because listen, I'm telling you, my economists are saying we're short housing for Americans right now. And the builders have been holding off because they're smart. They don't want to have all this inventory sitting out there.
3 to be finished next month and 3 to be finished the month after in the subdivision. And they know what moves. And what I think it's important is, if you want to go new construction, look at the quality of the development, look at the location, look at the price point. What else is going on? I've got one of my listings. It's at 700,000. Oh, we're out of time.
We're out of time.
Love talking to you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Give out your number.
Cleve Loveland, Central Florida's best real estate planner, 407-352-8118. We will be back next week with more mortgage and real estate news.
Listen to my show tomorrow at 11 o'clock, same station. You can reach the Loan Arranger right now at 407-250-9144. Thanks for listening. Go to your computer and apply for a loan for purchase, refi, home equity line of credit at webringyouhome.com. I'd be honored to help you. If you want a consultation in advance, call my office, text me at 407-250-9144. We'll get an appointment on the books, and we'll get you going in the right direction. I promise you that. Thanks so much for listening. God bless. Have a great weekend.